Ra. I am Dr. Minister Vermont Prince for the Institute, Church of Christ Consciousness for Worldwide Hope. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I thought I took my foot off Natureboy neck for a second, right? Nah, B. Just doing other things that's more important. This is important as well, but those things just a little more important at the time. Anyway, I'm back, and this one is gonna be it. Okay. First of all, this is what Natureboy teaches, right? It says when your sacral chakra is finally healed from the Bible suppression of your sexuality. Ever wonder why the Christ and the Bible never taught about sexuality? Boom. That's him. CarbonNation TV. See it? That's him. Boom. Okay. Let's see what he said next. How can an ascended master or messiah come and not teach about the healing of each chakra? The Bible's version of the Christ consciousness is not the whole understanding. In fact, did you know that there are over 200 gospels wrote about the accounts of the journey of the Christ, and the Greek on purpose picked for and edited in what they wanted in it, and took out what they didn't want, then fed it to us. So there's so much about the Christ consciousness we cannot understand through the Gospels, which renders us sleep due to locked and blocked chakras like our sacral chakra, which if we are the traditional Christians or Muslims, there is no proper sexual education. I will be doing a download on opening up all the chakras and crystals so that we can truly understand how loving through the Bible is keeping us asleep. How living is supposed to say living through the Bible, I guess, is keeping us asleep in our spiritual journey. There is no way we can open our seventh chakra without opening the other chakras. If the sacral chakra is traumatized, then there's no way for you will enter the kingdom of heaven / God. I will show you how the Christians of today are the Antichrist. Stay tuned, Chief. That's Natureboy, right? Okay, cool. Now, this is what I got for him. Boom. This is King Noble. King Noble, you see the name, right? King Noble, God's self-revelation. Then the caption reads, attention ladies, would you let your nigga do you like this? Don't lie. So she's tied up. Boom. Now, that's a whole breakdown in itself. Boom. I'm going to come back to this in a whole nother video. But boom. Now, that's what he asked, right? And I'm going to go to the first person. It says, no thank you. That's somebody here, right? Boom. Then it's collard greens by nature. That's one of Natureboy's followers. When you see the by nature or the Christ or immortal, that's one of his followers. Then I'm believing it's a chick or something, referenced this person and laughed. They also referenced them and laughed. Then it says, yup, the right one. That's what she said. Hit it with the heart. This one says, hell nah. Right? Okay. This one said, they asked why. Then this person put LOL. His name is the Plug Daddy. I'll come back to that. Boom. Then Collard Green by Nature says, hell no. Then Collard Green by Nature said, y'all better leave white people stuff to them. Then this is where I had to get involved. No, I don't even want to go to that one first. That's not the one I want to go to first. To them. Boom. Then said Collard Green by Nature, word up. They have to do all that crazy stuff just to feel alive. Then this person said Collard Green by Nature and they laughed. Boom. Okay. So, that's them, right? Then it says, alright. Oh, this person right here, you're flexing. Boom. Now, that's one of my peoples. It says, but isn't that the point? Doing things to stimulate our senses in a way that makes us feel alive. There are a lot of intimacy and trust you can create with your partner in regards to BDSM. And if it's just not your thing, that's fine too. But there are tribes in Africa where the women willingly take beatings proudly in ceremony to win the love of a good husband. This is a ritualistic practice. It's supposed to say that runs deep in certain African cultures. It's a bit extreme, sure. White people stuff, maybe not as much as you think. Maybe white folks learned it from Africans, like they did most things, that end up adopting it as their own. Just a thought, right? Okay, cool. Then this chick is replying, yes, I dig what you're saying, especially about how they steal and copy us. Of course, they want to agree with the negative nonsense part of it, which is not nonsense. They really do that. But anything that's negative, but this is the positive stuff you don't want to deal with, especially about how they steal and copy us. However, I think some of the best living love making, it's supposed to say love making, is in a missionary position, face to face, heart to heart, and a woman's G spot accessible. Some of these crazy positions are visually for the man, and the woman rarely climaxes. So what's the point? Then Collard Green by Nature say yes, one of the best. The man in a dominating position some of the time. You don't need to be swinging from the ceiling to climax. Porn desanitizes people. Then this person goes at the Collard Green person and says, what is white about sex? Right? Then you see me say some stuff. Boom. And I say here, we blacks are very immature in our sexuality and sexual outlook. We reject and turn away sexual things that would open our sacral chakra and unleash massive amounts of constructive energy. Damn, we need to grow up. Then here, I hit this other person, the C Nzinga. The key purpose of sex is to give in or get tachyon, life force energy. Females are connected to source, males are not. So females can get tachyon directly from source/God or from the male. Males can only get it from the females. That's not completely accurate, but I didn't want to get into the whole thing and take the conversation somewhere else. They can get it from males too, but just not enough. Males can only get it from the females. When females climaxes, she typically takes tachyon from the male and has no way to replenish it, and he has no way to replenish it. That's also not true. I didn't want to get into that, but he can use other females to replenish it. So she has a double supply while he has less than needed. This is why those other positions were discovered, to prevent her from taking his tachyon/life force. Boom. Then I hit the collard greens by nature. I said, aren't you one of Natureboy's followers? Being that you have by nature on your name. If I'm wrong about that, then pardon me. But if I'm correct, then your master teacher should have taught you that our bodies are coil conductors for tachyon. The different positions that we put our bodies in is for the express purpose of opening certain portals to tap into higher arches of energy. Sex is not for pleasure or reproductive. Those are byproducts. It's for conjuring a magnetic life force energy. So the stuff that you see people doing in porn is actually correct. But the system has trained us to look at it as something that is unnatural or dehumanizing. This is why we like to sneak around and watch it. One of the things I also want to point out is that a female should be able to climax in any position as long as she's comfortable. And the only way to learn to get comfortable is by practicing those positions repeatedly. You don't have to hit the female's visual or physical G spot in order. I said ordered. In order. What? Hit the G spot in order for her to climax, it's supposed to say. Female, I don't know what the rest of that is at. Females. But it's in here somewhere. Let me go back to some of the beginning stuff. Alright, cool. Alright, we did that. Female or male both can climax only once they truly embrace their nature/sexuality. This person says yes. That means she's agreeing that she would let him do her man tie up like that. Hell nah, his thing too big. I would die. Later on, I asked her, "Do y'all ever do re-entry positions?" Which doesn't mean in the anus. It means just doing sex from behind. If so, what's the difference between being tied up and not tied up? Only she said only if his D is good. Otherwise, nope. And at some point, I gave her a heart too. Then this person said yes, and this person said what they said. Boom. Okay. Then it says y'all better leave this white people stuff to them. We already went through that. Boom. We did some of this stuff already. I went into that whole science of Tachyon. Okay. I went into that whole thing. I did go into this though. Let me see what this is. No such thing as black sex or white sex, only sex. And it's just that certain ethnic groups have not caught up to embracing their sexuality on a higher level. So they think that everything they don't do is weird or sick. It's that's the same things you've seen earlier. As I said earlier, it says I just said that. I'm aware of my body. Have a good night. So basically, she's saying she can't climax unless it's in a missionary position. So she think that that's how all women have to climax. She don't realize that she can embrace her sexuality, learn certain things, open port. First of all, it's really an orgasm or advanced orgasm, which is an orgasm. Orgasms take place during intercourse, or orgasms take place during sex. In the middle, there's sexual intercourse, which is not an orgasm or orgasm, but it's a little of both. But neither. So that's what that is. My thing is, it's a threefold state. It's physical, it's mental, or psychic, not psychic, but psyche and spirit, what people call spiritual or astral. Those three stages is what really bring on that. But a lot of times, chicks is having sex with dudes they're not really connected with like that. That's why you're not really having an orgasm or orgasm. Then it says, as I said earlier, this stuff does not come from white people. That this is stuff that we invented, and it should be and kept it secret from the masses because it opened portals to higher consciousness. The masses were not ready for those downloads that would come via performing certain type of sex. This is why in ancient Egypt, Kemet, they have mystery schools which consist of the lesser mysteries and the greater mysteries. If you haven't been paying attention lately, your master teacher, the so-called Messiah, has been on a hard run teaching about embracing your sexuality for real as the real knowledge. This is something that he stole from me, specifically. As you can see, he wasn't speaking about that years ago, whereas I was. If you're going to follow someone to the point of taking on, I don't know what to say, attribute that they tell you to take on, then, like, of words, if you're going to be calling yourself by nature because they tell you to, then it would be, then it will be wise for you to embrace their teachings completely or correctly, pardon me. I'm not trying to come at you with any type of drama. It's just that people take what they want from a person and leave the rest. My thing is, if something is wrong with if one thing is wrong, how do you know that it's all not wrong? Then I said, do yourself. Then there's something else. I said, do you have yourself a flavor? Please go watch some more of Natureboy's videos. He's finally starting to teach y'all what matters. All of the nonsense he's been teaching before is just a waste of time for him to lead up to this. One of the reasons why he didn't reach this a long time ago, I believe it says a long time ago. Hold on. Reason why he didn't reach this a long time ago. I'm sure is because he was scared to. When it comes to teaching black people about sexuality, it's one of the most taboo subjects, because black people have the most closed-mindedness when it comes to sex, and a lot of that comes because Caucasians have mistakenly taught us that a lot of things are bad or taboo, yet behind closed doors they practice these things wholeheartedly and with reverence. This is why they're this has always been their trick. They tell us our hair is bad and theirs is good, to hide the fact uh that ours is alive and theirs is dead, or theirs is dead end. They tell us that their blue, green, hazel, or light brown eyes are superior to dark brown eyes, because they don't want us to know that lighter eyes are a genetic mutation. They tell us that blonde hair is better than black hair, because they don't want us to know that blonde hair is a genetic defect. They have been tricking us out of our stuff for the longest time, and we have been going for it. When it comes to sex, I guess sex is so bad that even a so-called when it comes to sex, it's even so bad that a so-called conscious person will still be locked out of that arena. People want to be conscious about all kinds of stuff until, oh man, hold on. So this is like the messages that I got on IG. And you come and it says, buddy, boom, boom. Then it says, if we gonna copy white people, I think it's wise to copy the good things and leave. She said, and we live in an over sexualized world. Meanwhile, I'll be over here not growing up. And hit me with the finger and all that. Like that was dope. Um, there's somebody else. They like the comments that I left. Um, and it says, you've got it in one try. I couldn't have said it better myself. This person hit me with that. This person said, beautiful to be conscious and real things that actually matter. All right, boom. And this other person had hit me with something else. That's Color Green by Nature. Same person. Anyway, this is Color Green by Nature's page. Color Green by Nature, 35 posts, 100 followers, following 398. As you can see, New York City hospice nurse already into the system. But even more, it says follow. Their page is not public. This account is private. So obviously you're not really living your life, because Nature Boy tells you live your life openly as a testimony to the kingdom, as he calls it. So yo, Nature Boy, come get your peoples, man. This is your students right here, man. She's a clown, man. Like, you running around talking about embrace your sexuality, and your students is running around telling you don't embrace your sexuality. This is what I'm talking about, Nature Boy. The students is lacking. Like, you just gave that test and everybody damn near fell, except for like 2 chicks. Yeah. People don't really know what they over there studying. People just want to be on camera and want to be famous. They want to be known. They look over there attention whores, man. People don't really got no knowledge over there, man. And these people on the internet don't really got no knowledge. It's terrible, man. Horrible, man. Anyway, come get your people's, Nature Boy, man. Just spanked your little student, man. And that wasn't even light. I didn't even like, that was like, first of all, I talk text when I do, because I don't write all that out. I'm not writing all that. I just say what I got to say and it types it. But anyway, get your people, Nature Boy, man. Just spanked your little student. And that was easy. You know what I'm saying? As Murder Mook would say, easy. I didn't even really do that. Like, it's like I was almost not even, listen, man. I wasn't even really serious when I did that, man. Like, I just, like, said what came to mind, like, the easiest stuff. I didn't even get it. When I said Tachi, I started not even to say, I just started to say life force energy, because the minute you say the word Tachi out your mouth, I'm going to violate you, bro. I'm telling you that right now. You don't know nothing about Tachyon. You ain't been saying that word. You need not to say. You've been stealing my identity for years, man. I got the proof. I got the pictures I'm going to start posting on Facebook about you mimicking me. I wear the black shirt tied on the head, the white shirt, t-shirt tied on the head. You tying shirts on the head now. I'm saying the same thing. I say hoorah, you going yerp. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of stuff that I'm doing that you doing. The polygamy thing. You wasn't doing the polygamy thing initially. Been doing that for years, man. Decades, man. All of a sudden you want to do the polygamy thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dude, it's just so many things that you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the Messiah. I'm the Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, one night, and this is you just started doing this. I got the evidence that I got videos 8 years old from Instagram and all that showing that I was doing this. So anyway, I'm gonna bring this video to a close, man. Playing yourself, Nature Boy, man. Spanked your little student, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta teach people, man. You gonna have people running around with your little by nature on their name and all that. And they ain't even upgrade to y'all done went to the Christ and to the immortal and all that, man. She's slacking, man. You should tell her get that off her name, man, or him, whatever. Hiding their page and all that. You know, tell them to stop with that, man. That's not cool, man. At the end of the day, man, spank your students, spark you the same way, man. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be sitting there playing with your students, man. When you talk about that sexuality thing, you better know what you're talking about, man, because that's what I do, man. I'm the sexpert. Remember that. With my old videos you used to watch that you've been stealing my identity. That's how you got the t-shirt on it, because I haven't even had videos with t-shirts in years. That's where you got it from, the videos like 7, 8 years ago. At least from 2015, 16, at least. And you've been stealing that. The whole science of how I do things, everything, the naked church and all that. You walk around daily naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dude, you stealing my whole identity, man. But say something about Tatiana. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you. And you gonna know I got some evidence on you, bro, that I've been holding for like the kill shot. I will let that go right now and end you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some stuff on you that I don't do it because it's illegal shit, and I ain't trying to send you to jail, bro. And I know how your troll law, they will fucking flame you. They will put you in jail, bro. If once I drop that, they gonna start investigating, and then everything gonna fall apart. All the people that been covering up for you ain't gonna cover up for you no more, because they ain't trying to go to jail. They gonna snitch quick. Anyway, your little student wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? You need it. And then I got more. I got more on that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just that. That was that. Oh, let me do this real quick. Oh, hold on. Well, I don't got it available, but I sparked one of your little immortal students recently too. On there talking about another one of your immortal students talking about sex is bad. King Noble put something on the page about, and they talking about that savagery and that's this and that. A whole nother type of post with a chicken, dude or two dudes or something like that, and they said, my dude, you got people running around repping your thing that they don't know what they repping, man. I'm saying, anyway, man, I'm gonna let this go. I'm not your average priest, and it's not your grandma's religion. I might not like you, but I love you. I'm gonna post that other thing. When I post it, I'm gonna do a video with King Noble, and I'm gonna show you something about King Noble, because King Noble is Nature Boy's son. Nature Boy is my son. He my illegitimate son that I don't really want to claim, but he is my son. He want to be like me. He want to be like the Prince. So I'm gonna really start going in and showing too many similarities between us. Even his old I don't give a fuck mentality. That's my swag. That's been my swag. That's why I don't be on the internet playing like that. Because I don't be on the internet talking and posting, because I'm not good with that troll shit. Like, my thing is, I have somebody trace your IP and have somebody, come hand you a birthday present. You know what I'm saying? Come knock on your door and you know, offer you a bag of popcorn or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Shake your grandmother's hand or something. Like, I don't play that game. So I don't really put myself in that position, because I know how I play. I take things to the heart, and people just be playing, but I don't be playing. Anywho, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, your other dude, your by nature, not your by nature, your immortal dude, and that's an up-to-date name. They was on another King Noble post talking, and I spanked them. So when I do the video about King Noble, I'll make sure that I include that and show the thing of how I spanked them. Your students keep talking about, my nigga, you can't. You need to stop teaching about sex like that, because you don't even know what you're talking about. And you go on the internet getting information that's outdated. Then your students are they not even repping sexuality when you are. I'm going, man. Like I said, I'm not your average preacher. It's not your grandma's religion. I might not like you, but I love you. Jesus Christ is a woman who came to teach Omchi Gaga, embrace your sexuality. Because, Omchi Gaga, sex is the gateway to God. Therefore, EYS, embrace your sexuality. We must reach the 1080 frequency, which is the love frequency. And the only way to do that is in the Omgasm. Rahu.